Welcome to Level Up Laughs, the show where two people with microphones and questionable opinions talk about everything anime and gaming to bring complete chaos. I'm Jack.
And I'm Kieran. Grab a drink, lower your expectations, and let's get into it.
All right, here we go. First week of the summer anime season. Oof.
Yes, new shows. Lots of new shows
Yes,
came out this.
yes, lots of new animes and some returning animes, two of which we are watching. Somehow this has had a fast, like massive turnaround, like unheard of turnaround.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It, I think, ended in like March or like April or something like that, and it's now back 3 months later.
Same year. I've never seen that. Two seasons in
No,
the same year.
the only time you see that is like it's like the year round animes with like Pokemon or One Piece when it was year round, or like just like those kind of animes that are like don't stop for the most part. But yeah, it's crazy turnaround time, and I will mention, uh, the like I kind of expected the animation to be kind of shit considering the 3 months, but it's not bad. Not even it's okay. It's still it's standard. Like it's not bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Like honestly, it seems the same quality as last season, which was like industry standard.
Yeah. I agree with that. I don't think it's varied very much from last season.
Yeah, I will. It's just very surprising in a good way that they were able to do that. But I love it for 'em. I guess it also helps that this isn't a very like animation intense anime. Like
True.
they don't have like fight scenes with explosions and not there's not trying to pull off like a witch hat level animation. It's very just standard level, which
Yeah.
is fine. Not every anime needs to look like witch hat.
Right. It's just a chill little
Romance,
chill little.
high school romance. Which also, if you haven't heard, Witch Hat got a season 2. We're both very excited.
Yes. Even though it's gonna be forever.
I think 2028 is like the earliest we see it. I don't think we'll get it next year. They need time. They need so much time. But anyways, got a little off track. Talking about you and I are polar opposites first. Now we both have seen the first season. He's seen it when it came out. I binged it before the last month to catch up. And first episode came out Sunday. First off, what did you think overall? What did you think of it?
I thought it was a good start. I thought it was a good start. I mean,
Yeah.
because it is, like first episode, and like we were talking about earlier, it was like, I think like majority first episodes are just like setting the groundwork, getting it started.
Yeah, it is definitely a episode one, which makes sense as it is an episode one of just, getting us back into the rhythm of, of the anime, get us, re-familiar with the characters, and maybe doing a little bit of setup for, what the story of the season's gonna tell.
Yeah.
So basically, I believe it opens up to the girls. I forget all their names. I think it's Ozma, Mizu, Soto, someone else. Don't have their names memorized. I think it opens up to them just hanging out, or does it open up to them, Tyra and everyone walking to school? I forget.
It might be them walking to school.
That's probably it. Yeah, but walking to school, just hanging out, and I believe nothing else. Not a lot happens early on, and then we get a flash. We get a callback to Ozma having the problems with like her exes messaging her and talking, like trying to talk to her again, even though they're pieces of shits.
Mhm.
We find out that we also get reminded about how her old friend group is a mess of like exes and new girlfriends and just basically a do not touch. Do you remember this? Do you remember season
I
1 at all?
I think I do, yeah. I do.
Mhm. Okay.
Especially, I feel like I remember. Truth be told, I feel like I remember more of the side relationships developing and the side characters more than I
Mm,
remember our main characters. Not gonna lie to you.
that's fair because season 1, a lot of it was like the main characters get together, Mizu and Tani get together very quickly, like episode 1, they confess to each other.
Yeah,
And then most at the whole season 1 is just them going on dates, figuring each other out, and just generally being a couple.
which
And like there's some cute moments, but
a first episode confession is crazy, and I'm all for
yeah.
it.
I I remember how it was like episode 1 confession is crazy considering we still haven't gotten a confession in My Dress Up Darling, which is fucking crazy. That thing has 2 seasons. And that just hurts. It kind of hurts. But anyways, not talking about Dress Up Darling. Um yeah, so they got so like it is definitely just season 1 is just them having like cute moments together, like going on dates. And like sure some of those like there are some like moments that stand out, but a lot of it is just like, oh, they're going on a date together, they're happy, you know,
Yeah.
and then like the seeing like the differences, the polar oppositeness of of them.
You
Uh, thank you. And so, but yeah, but then we do see the side characters like Tyra and I need to pull up their names. I just don't remember their names at all. Yamada, Yamada, and the girl he likes. We see like that, like Yamada and this girl get close and meet each other. We found out they went to elementary school together, but didn't really talk in elementary school. So, definitely season 1 is definitely like just and almost it's a lot of like the side characters get a lot of time too, which I do think is nice
Yeah.
because there are definitely some other animes that don't give enough time to their side characters at all, which sucks because some of those side characters are great. But yeah, so seeing Yamada and her name is Natsumi getting together slowly, becoming a couple last season was cool. We don't get much of them this episode, from what I remember. They're still doing the whole like shy thing with each other.
Yeah, the only like really scene I remember with those two is um because sorry, they're all going on winter break, and
Yes, they're going with yeah.
is him
Hmm.
like, oh, I'll text you later. He's very cute.
Yeah.
Very cute.
Oh. Oh, not the Natsumi's friend who like does that weird like curled lip into like that wrinkled like what I don't know what she does with her lips. But she pulls them into
Oh
her
yeah,
mouth.
yeah.
And it's such a weird like I guess smile, I guess, or like grin. I
I
can't
think
tell.
it's like
Or
her like trying to hold back her smile.
I guess so, but also she has her back turned to her Natsumi and Nimada at that point, so they can't see it anyway. But it is comedic. Uh, fuck, what's the word? Comedic. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, that's cute. And then we don't get well. This actually brings me to my first thing. Azuma and Tyra. Do we think they're gonna get together this season?
God, I hope so. I think that they're a good
Because
match.
I agree, but because we had more of them this episode.
Yo,
Because he had that bit where they walking home alone together, and Tyra's like, "Oh, I don't want her to be embarrassed by seeing with me, so I'm gonna just duck into this bookshop, make an excuse." And then she feels bad. He's like, "Oh, she doesn't. I'm making it's awkward with us. Okay, I thought we had friendship. Okay." And then she's all depressed, and he's like, "Fuck, wait, no, she didn't. Wait, she looked really sad about that. Fuck, okay, fine. Fuck, no, it's fine. I'll do it later." And yeah, which is really sweet.
yes, I do.
I think it's cool that he noticed that. Like he noticed it correctly.
Yeah, and right away.
Yeah,
Like,
because
like he didn't
I
like sit there and think about it later and be like, "Oh fuck, I should have done this."
yeah, or like he misread it. You also that could have had me like he sees what she sees her reaction. He's like, "Oh, she thinks this and it's wrong," and then like
It'd
they
be
go
like
separate
that.
ways. Yeah, but no,
It'd
he
be like
like
that for real.
clocked it instantly. Like, oh, she's upset because oh, I, his words were, "She looks like she just got rejected," and he's known that feeling, being rejected by like friends,
Yeah,
and that's why he recognizes it.
yeah. I think he said like he's like, "Oh, when did I become on the other side doing the rejecting or something along the
Yeah,
lines?"
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So that's a sweet moment. It did make you think, when the fuck are you two gonna get together? You spend all this time together. Admittedly, yes, again, it's walking home, but still,
they're good together, and they're
they
very
are.
like like does things like they get each other to do things that they wouldn't normally.
Yeah. I also feel like in this anime, like the whole name of the anime is like you and I are polar opposites. I get it, and
Mhm.
that's why like main couple very different. I also feel like that applies to Yamada
Yes,
and
to the side characters too. All the side
yeah.
characters are like pretty opposites.
I agree with Yamada and Natsumi, but I disagree with Taira and Azuma. I feel like they're pretty similar.
I mean, they're similar in ways, but I feel like he's very like like okay, wait, like because he obviously like like cares very like too much about what everybody thinks, but
He
she like
does.
cares, but then she like very quickly or she's very quick to be like, meh, whatever. Wait, like she like cares for a split second and then she goes, nah, there's no point in caring, and then she just drops it.
I see that, but also I feel like yes, he cares, but also he's not going to do anything to change that.
That
He is who he
he's
is,
not,
and
yeah.
he accepts like he is who he is.
But I feel like if
He's
they
not
get
going to change.
together, it'll just like slowly happen over. He'll be more positive.
Well, but you say positive, but also Ozma's not very positive.
They'll make each other positive.
I think they're going to be positive to each other,
And then just hate
but
the world.
yeah,
Honestly,
I
that
don't think
works.
they're.
That's either
I,
way. That's still a good dynamic for them.
that's why I'm like I think like two of the three couples or two of the two couples that we have that are actually dating, yes, they are polar opposites. Yamada's a very energetic, outgoing person. Natsumi's very reserved and quiet. Agreed. But Azuma and Taira, I feel like are just very similar in the way that both very negative about the world. They're both they both care, like they notice people's reactions to them, but they don't really care enough to change it. They're both very
Mm,
happy with who they are.
yes, yes, yes.
Maybe not happy with content with who they are.
I see.
But that's just my take. Maybe maybe I'm misreading it, but that's what I believe.
That's a good take. That's fair.
Yeah. So then yeah, winter break happens. Everyone's like, okay, bye. And then we get Mizu and Tani having like this weird thing between them because their kiss got interrupted at the end of the last season in a very romance anime style. Um, and then this episode we had a lot of I call them fake outs. I don't think they're kisses, but they're considering them kisses, and I don't know if I don't agree with that.
Well, I think it was just like the one where, like the first one that they did, where he like kind of just like bonks her head. I think that they counted that one.
That doesn't. I well no,
Because
because
like
I
they
don't.
made contact, but it was just like too much contact, is what it
No,
looked
they
like.
didn't bump heads. They bumped teeth.
Oh yeah, see, I think that they're counting that one.
I did. I don't know what it is because
And then I think it's like that one, and then the accidental smooch that they had when picking up the phone or whatever.
they didn't have one there.
Yeah, they did.
I think that's the teeth one. I don't think they.
No, that was like in like they were like both reached down to grab something and like had an
Yeah,
accidental one. That was like a little smooch.
I don't think. I
I
really
thought
don't
the
think they had a
teeth
kiss.
one was the like it was an accidental one. Like it wasn't like a real, like it was just like their lips touched. Like I don't know if you've seen
No,
Don, but there's a moment where our two main characters in Don are just running like in a crowded hall, and then they accidentally run into each other, and then their lips touch, and then oh
that I would consider a kiss based off what you're telling me. But
but like
from
like
what I
that's
remember in the
this
episode,
like kind of the same vibe. Like they just looked up at the same time, and their lips accidentally. But
I
then
don't think the lips ever touched, or if like
what?
they did, but well, I think. Well, let me rephrase. I don't think their lips touch in like a kiss way outside of when they bump teeth by accident.
Yes. Wait. Oh wait.
Because I'm pretty sure
Hold on. This might be manga.
all I'm pretty sure all the times they like had a moment. It's like there was there was like the olive oil, whatever they were on that was on the table, whatever they got knocked off. They both race down to grab it, and they have a moment where they're both holding. They look up and they're inches away from each other. Yes, but they don't brush lips there at all.
You sure?
Yes, yeah. And then there's the phone one. That actually might not have been a wine bottle or bottle, whatever. Might have been a phone. But there's that. But then there's the teeth one, and I don't count that as a kiss because it. I don't know. I just don't think that's a kiss. But basically, I'm talking about this, right? Is that the there was so much baiting for their first kiss this episode. It was crazy.
Yes.
So there was a lot. Honestly, almost too much because there was an absurd amount.
Yeah. It was more than I thought. I thought it was like once or twice, but it was
Yeah,
quite a bit.
there's like 3 or 4 times they baited, and I'm like, okay, guys, come on.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, guys. At this point, either do
Like,
it or the universe is just saying not to.
I was like, come on, guys, come on.
Oh, it is a bottle of wine.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think it's wine. I think it's like olive oil, or
Or
whatever.
yeah.
They are teenagers, Cone. They can't
I'm
drink yet.
pretty sure that they smooch right there. Okay, but they don't show the smooch. They show them like apart, like coming apart from the smooch. But like
No, because they both.
like did, but like in that moment that they both look up, they are touching faces.
Their foreheads might be touching, but their lips aren't.
Look at this. I forget that I can actually.
Yeah, you can.
Whoops! I put the wrong button. Save me.
Also, great. We're gonna get copyrighted again.
No. This is a screenshot. Like I paused it on this clip here. Um. 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 Oh. Um.
We're getting there. He's
Oh,
currently, yeah,
I can't show it on
yeah,
thingy.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Because
I
you're
forgot
trying to,
about that.
yeah. Wow, you're trying to steal from Crunchyroll, Karen? What the fuck?
Oh, I just watched it on Crunchyroll. It's a habit. Whoops, wait. This is how do I
Currently
take a
trying to
screenshot
stick.
again?
Oh, fuck, I don't remember. I never take
Crazy.
screenshots ever. Well, it is, but also I never do it, so I can't help you. Sorry about the listeners. He is
Yeah.
currently trying to prove a point, which I know is wrong.
Hold on. Okay, easy solution.
Hmm.
I'm gonna put this in thingy. Sure about that, Liv? Are you sure about that? That looks like a smooch to
No,
me.
that's when they hit their teeth.
No, when they hit their teeth, it is hold please, hold. It's a yeah, they're thinking about it, and then he's like overthinking it, and then Tawny like touches her shoulder, and he's like, oh, he's all blushing, all crazy, and then this is when they hit their teeth. Hold please, hold.
Oh, you just took a picture with your phone, not a screenshot.
I know. I tried to take a screenshot. It didn't work.
God damn it, Karen.
It didn't work, and I didn't want to search that, so I was like, man, this is way easier. Picture. That's when they hit their teeth. It's
I don't know.
different.
I just don't know. I really don't think they do.
Well, like, okay, look at like at the face positions. Actually,
I see it.
can we show the
What?
Discord? Or yeah,
I mean, you could probably pull it up on your end, yeah.
they
God
can't
damn it,
get
man.
mad at us for that.
I don't think so, yeah. Not footage.
Oops,
Hmm.
oops.
Give me a second, Chad. I'll figure it out.
I'm sorry. I'm oh, oh.
I gotta pull up this episode.
There we go.
I cannot see that,
This
brother.
is so scuffed right now. Oh God, I'm
Brother,
so sorry.
zoom in.
Should have been way.
Zoom in.
I should have been more prepared. My apologies. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. This is the this one is the initial accidental smooch that I'm saying, right? But this one is when they thwack their teeth together, and it's only like five, no, not even like 2 minutes apart. Actually, three. Okay, I'm gonna say 3 to 5 minutes apart to be safe. But you see, it's different. And then when you look at when you look at the face, like you see how the face is positioned here for the accidental smooch. Oh wait, oh, I'm sorry. You see how the face is positioned for the teeth smack, and then that's why I think that they did make contact in this one because
Yeah,
it
but
is
when you jump, when you continue, when you go ahead like 1 more, 2 more seconds, you see them with their lips apart from each other.
yeah. Well, yeah, because they didn't mean to kiss, so they're like jumping apart. They're like, oh, they're spooked, they're startled, and that's what it looks like. It
I
looks like they're like they were kissing, and then they're coming apart from the kiss.
I don't know. I don't know if that's a
Look at the face position. They made contact.
brother. I pulled up the episode myself because that is tiny on the screen, and I'm looking at it, and I just I just don't think it's a kiss. Also, I feel like if for their first kiss, I feel like the animators wouldn't do this thing of like it's half off screen.
But it's an accidental kiss, so it's not a real kiss. It doesn't count.
So we go back to my point of it: is it not a real kiss or not?
To them, yes. To reality and us, no. I think
That's what I mean. But like, do these are these real kisses? And they're not. That was my point.
well, like, yeah, but like that's I think like those two are the only times that they made contact, and that's what they're considering their quote unquote kiss. Because your initial thing was like, oh, I don't think that they made contact the entire episode. Like they just like got close and they didn't. But I think that they made contact twice on accident, or not once
Well,
on
okay, maybe I
like
should.
too much.
I
But
should. Maybe I shouldn't have said contact, but I do think these aren't they aren't kissing. I think they're just bumping into each other.
yeah, but I think that's what they're counting as a kiss.
I just feel like the animators for like a first like I feel like a first kiss in a romance anime is a big thing because I don't watch a lot of romance animes. But I feel like a first kiss is a big thing.
I mean, yes, but also a confession is a big thing, and that happened first episode.
That's true, but also I just feel like for a because like that confession, they they went a little above and beyond. Well, not above and beyond, but they up the quality of like the art and the animation for that confession scene. I feel like for the first kiss, they wouldn't want to do half off screen. They want to do you know full full body shot them with the moon behind them or whatever picturesque like background. They'd want to do a big setup for it, not just you know they kissed accidentally when they went to grab a phone or whatever, a bottle. you know I feel like they'd want to do a full show, not just you can kind of see that they kissed right here at the bottom of the screen, just barely.
See, I see. I think what if it becomes like a point later on of like because when at the very end of the episode and she's like, oh, which one do we count? He doesn't answer and he's like, oh, what if it becomes like a thing later and he's like, hey, what if we don't count either of those and we just have a redo? And then that's when they do the whole nice animation, whole actual
Well,
kiss scene.
well, if they do that, then I'm like, okay, well, that's their first kiss. They will probably kiss. I'm just saying, I don't believe these are kisses.
That's fair. But I mean, they're like what, 15, 16? They
Something
might,
I forget.
man, holding hands was a big deal to me at that age. Fuck.
Look, I'm not
An
saying they need to
accidental
kiss.
touching of the lips, I'm counting it.
I mean, that's fair if you're a teenager. When you're flooded with hormones and like you make stupid decisions all the time.
Hmm. But that's what they
But
are.
yeah, and that's if they counted it, I would roll with it because they are teenagers and it's them. It's their kiss. I don't give a shit. But I'm saying from an outside perspective,
They're not.
I
It's
don't
not.
think it's a kiss.
Yeah. I see. I see.
Look, if they wanted to count that as a kiss, I wouldn't argue with it because it's their kiss. Who I don't, theirs. But I, they're even questioning it.
That's true. They are.
So, yeah, yeah, because that was a big part of this episode is them like keep doing this fake out thing with the kisses, with them having their first kiss.
Yeah.
So yeah, that happens, and then so they're having this like Christmas lunch, I guess, together, not dinner, because well, is it dinner or lunch? I can't remember now. Because I think it's lunch. Because I feel like if it was dinner, the mom would be around. Or did she say like she can't be around? Doesn't really matter. They have Christmas lunch / dinner. At the place to themselves. They're happy. And then her brother, I think it's her brother, comes back interrupts them. She's pissed off. And that's when they have the knocking of their final kiss, in quotes. And I think that's the end of the episode.
I think so.
Which I think, yeah, and that's all I really have for this episode. We've touched on everything else.
Hey.
So do you have anything for this episode?
No, I think we touched on it.
Yeah. All right. So now we go on to our second anime, a brand new anime that we did not do enough research on because we both got very surprised with something that is a big part of this anime.
Yeah. Was
We
not
really
expecting
should
that.
have
We should have watched a
Yeah.
trailer or something.
something, but we really didn't. So
we literally read the description and we were like, "Oh, that sounds interesting." That's it. That's the one.
Yep. So anime that we are alluding to is "I Want to Love You Till Your Dying Day." Now,
Yes.
I don't remember the description, the synopsis exactly, but basically talks about these orphan girls who go off to war, who are raised and sent off to war. That's the basic idea of what it is, and that's what grabbed at least my attention from it. But was not aware that has fucking magic in it.
Yep.
That okay. For opening scene. Opening to a girl being murdered and seeing all of this trail of blood, her clutching her stomach as blood is this seeping through her hand, was a crazy start. Jesus.
Yeah. The fact that they animated cuz I mean obviously shows have, showing people bleeding out or whatever, but they literally animated the blood flow.
Yeah, and it's not it's like people animes that do have animated someone dying of people bleeding out. They don't really show the blood flowing out of the wound and they maybe do the pool of blood underneath the person growing. They don't really show the blood continuing to flow out of the wound.
Yeah.
So to see this teenage girl, clutching her stomach in pain as blood seep through her fingers onto the ground, and also the blood reflecting the light of the moon, is crazy. Such a crazy way to start episode 1 of the series.
Definitely caught the attention immediately.
Yeah. And then her being killed with a wand was like holy shit, there's magic.
Yeah.
Because that's when it was revealed that this is a magic anime.
Yep.
And then we had the big panning shot of either more fighting or just leftover magic sparking off farther in the distance in this huge forest. As also the forest is on fire a little bit.
Yeah. I'm assuming because of the magic.
I imagine so, yeah.
They were also
But
it looked like they were lightning spells. There was a lot of spells going on. But
yeah.
there were also it looked like repetitive spells as well. Like multiple people can it's not like Black Clover where everybody has their own magic. It's there's different genres of magic, it seems.
Yeah. Well, so that's what I was talking about is that magic we see, I don't know if it's actual spells being used or if it's leftover magic that's just dissipating.
Oh, I see.
Maybe it's spells, but I feel like we would have seen more variety of attacks. We would have seen an explosion or the fire spreading. but the fact that it was just very just like there and it was like just dancing across the sky makes me think it's just like a leftovers from a spell, and it's just still dissipating.
Gotcha.
Maybe I'm wrong, but not what we're focused. That was like a quick scene. So then we come back. Well, first we then get introduced to our primary setting. This school that's also a church for orphans who are being taught magic to then go to war.
Yep.
And we meet our main character. I get her name. It's like Sheena, I believe.
I think so.
I'm gonna check it now. I believe it's Sheena. Sheena something. It is Sheena Tatsuki. So we meet Sheena. We see her just going through the motions of a school day. She's not. We're not actually done. We don't see her do that, but we see that she is alone in her room. We don't know where her roommate is, or if she even has one. But then we get brought to her classroom, and we find out that someone died, and this person was her roommate, who and from what we learn later in the episode, was I guess called off to war somewhat recently, and just had never returned. So yes, her roommates died. She's shooken up about it because she definitely is rattled by like that someone she knows has died. We also see that she has struggled using her magic. Maybe it's because her roommate just died, but I think it's just that she's not very good at her magic yet. Or just not good at her magic.
Yeah.
That's what I took from it. So then she gets sent off to start packing up her stuff. Her roommate's stuff. And it's there we get a flashback of her and her roommate talking about how Sheena's so lucky that she doesn't have to worry about the war. I think because her magic is so below average. Which is interesting because then I think this is where Sheena talks about how she doesn't understand, I think, why the war is happening. If I remember right. Or just like why the war is necessary, all this fighting.
Yeah.
So that happens, and then what happens after she goes off to get dinner because she missed it, and it's on her way back that we meet Mimi, our other main character, and we meet her. Yeah, Mimi Kagari. But yeah, we meet Mimi. We meet her covered in blood. Like, so much that you either think she's dying or she has killed a lot of people.
Yeah.
But
dripping blood.
Yes. She was very calm. She was no panic or in like a rush or tired even. Like, she was just very chill. Her and Sheena talk. She doesn't steal, but eats Sheena's food. All of Sheena's food, especially the rice. She seems to really like rice.
Mm-hmm.
They talk a little bit, and eventually, Miss Fran shows up to collect Mimi. First off, would. Secondly, she definitely knows Mimi. Seems almost like her guardian, almost. Maybe like her, not her boss, but like her handler is the best word I can think of. She complains about how she should have
Yeah,
showered. What's up?
pretty much handler.
Yeah, but collects her, talks to her, tells her she should have showered. Sheena, go to bed. Sorry for bothering you. And we also see, before I think she arrives, but we see that Mimi has a note, like recognizes Sheena's smell. Or there's like something about Sheena's smell that she recognizes.
Yes.
Which brings me to a question I have for the end of the episode. How important is Sheena's smell going to be? Like, do we think it's going to be this big reveal kind of thing, or is it going to be this, just like a throwaway, like, oh, it's because of this, like I use this when I clean, right, or something? Do we think it's going to be big or small?
It'll. I feel like it'll be a big thing. I feel like it'll become important later.
That's fair. That leads me to my follow up question: why is it going to be important?
Thinking maybe Mimi like crashes out, like has a major crash out, goes berserk, goes on a killing spree, and the only thing that like calms her down is Sheena's motherly scent.
That mm, I think I get what you're trying to say, but you need to word that differently.
Like the only thing like Mimi will try or Mimi Gina will try and calm Mimi down, and then it'll be like she'll just get close enough, and then she'll just smell her and be like, "Oh, okay,
Okay,
I'll calm down."
but why would that scent calm Mimi down?
Because it's her mom. Her smells like her mom.
That's my thought. Is that it's the smell reminds Mimi of her mom,
Hmm.
but she doesn't remember her mom that well.
Yeah, yeah. It's like maybe it's just like a subconscious like safety feeling, or maybe she has like a few memories of her mom, and they're good ones, and they're like,
Yeah, but so yeah, smell things she really like something about Sheena's smell she's really fascinated by. It's then revealed the next day. Well, also we have Sheena having a breakdown in her bed about this girl covered in blood, and she's getting to sleep. The next day, she goes to class. Mimi gets introduced to everyone, and then so now she's going to be Sheena's new roommate, which makes sense. New only space left, but we see that everyone has a reaction to her name being Mimi,
"Yes,
and it's like, and the rumors are basically like, oh, well, it's revealed later, that the Mimi rumors, because she doesn't know them, is that she's the secret weapon of the nation, and that she's this super strong soldier that or weapon that the nation uses to fight the war that they've been using for decades, and that it's probably her. And I think it's well, not established, but it's a figured that it's just probably that Mimi, like the Mimi,
yeah,
which leads me to some questions. Right,
mhm.
one, how old Mimi is. She does not look like she's been around for decades.
yeah." So there's probably
So
been like Mimi is just like the code name for the orphanage, like secret weapons, I assume.
maybe, but then does that mean they've had multiple children just named Mimi?
Probably, yeah.
Well, then, but that leads me to the question of how can they guarantee that this infant will be strong enough to be their secret weapon?
I
Are
think it would
they?
just be like a thing of like, okay, this child shows great potential. Grab them, and we're
Oh,
just gonna
like
raise them as Mimi.
Oh, so like they show a bunch of promises, like a 3, 4-year-old, whatever,
Yeah.
and then they just take them away from their parents or work out an agreement with the parents
Mm-hmm.
and okay, raise them as a weapon. Okay,
Yeah. Like, because I
okay.
imagine if if our main character, if Sheena's not able to use magic that well, like if like a baby's using magic or like just like conjuring stuff, like obviously not on purpose, but like just like able to be like they sneeze and like a fireball happens, like like something like that, then
Mm-hmm.
they'd probably be like, oh, that's our Mimi, that's our secret weapon.
Mm-hmm. But it seems like Sheena being not good at magic is a Sheena thing, not just a general thing.
Yeah,
Because no one else has a problem conjuring their wand except her.
that we know of, that we've seen.
There, in her class, she's the only one,
True, in her class.
which
Oh,
I think is like 20
which they
kids.
yeah, they confirmed Mimi's what, like 10, and she's just happens to be in the 14-year class because she's
That talented.
yeah.
Yeah. Which brings you to my, well, not brings you, but leads me to my next thing. Okay. Why
Mhm.
have Mimi start attending classes when she's already serving on the front lines?
I wonder if it's like she requested to be with Sheena.
I don't think so.
Or maybe the nurse has to be, or maybe she's like wants to, because the nurse, even though she's a nurse, she does low key give me like mad scientist vibes.
I feel that.
So maybe she wants to experiment with like Sheena smelling like her mom thing, like with this mom thing. Like
I don't.
will it unlock memories? Like will I don't know, will it make
I
her
don't.
more powerful if she feels safer? Or
I
if
don't. I
she
don't
has something to protect, will it make her more I don't know. But like the
mm,
vibe of just being like experimenting that with that whole thing.
I don't think the smell plays a part into this.
You don't think so?
Not this specifically,
Why
because
do you think that she's
well, because it's just very confusing. Because thinking about it, it's like you were literally taking your weapon off the front lines. Admittedly, we do see that they can just call her back whenever, but to unless it's a thing of right that she because like I imagine they're not the only school to be teaching teaching kids how to use magic to become soldiers. I imagine not the only ones, right?
yeah.
So what if she's just what if she's just a traveling like she just goes like, oh, this is the nearest place where I can rest until I'm like called off to another section of the front lines. So maybe that's why she's here is like, oh, just have like this be her base of operations until we need her on the southern front or whatever.
That makes sense.
And then maybe that's it because I just don't see the reasoning behind when she's already so strong to have her go into these basic classes.
Yeah. But we haven't seen any of her, like we don't even know what her magic is.
Well, we don't know how magic really works yet. We haven't gotten that explanation.
True.
It could be very basic. It could be witch hat level of convoluted. It could be anything. So yeah, I think yeah, she's just a traveling soldier, and this is where she is currently. But then she will, but then a reason will come up why she has to stay. You know, why she stays here and not continues on somewhere else. But moving on, basically, she gets announced as like, oh, she's your roommate now. Take care of her. Then they go to the chapel or the church to watch over the burying or I guess the burning of the dead. I don't know the word for it, but they go there. Not Mimi. Sheena is paying respects to her old roommate, putting the doll with in the casket. And I just gotta say the ambiance, the vibe of this like chapel scene was I don't I don't know how to put it. I don't want to say creepy because it wasn't, but it just felt very ominous.
Yeah, ominous is a good word.
Because you have like this red glow that's not coming from candles, I'm pretty sure. You have this teacher in quotes saying these prayers that I don't. Is she speaking English or is she saying another language? I honestly can't remember if she's, well, not English, but you get what I mean.
Yeah. Um.
Can't remember. But yeah, she's saying these prayers, and they're just going off in the background while Sheena explains basically why all this is happening and how it works. But yeah, so to have that scene, it's ominous. It's sad because there's more than one casket there, so you imagine more than just Sheena's roommate died.
Yep. There's a lot.
And also, you probably guessed that those other caskets are for people who are from this orphanage.
Yeah, that was my first thought. Was that they were in fact still like probably kids to young adults.
Yeah,
And orphans.
because we see. Well, this leads me to my next thing is like we see in the cafeteria when Mimi's called out that they're calling people like 16, 18, I think at the oldest. Children, teenagers, off to war. So you have to imagine every casket in that scene is for a orphan who was sent off to war. So yeah, that was very ominous, very, I don't want to say creepy because it wasn't creepy, it just very felt ominous, and like I feel like there was something there, like something was happening there that we weren't clued in on.
I'd believe it. Like,
But so yeah,
didn't the bodies or the graves just like, what did they
I think the
burn or did they like sink on? Well, what
I
happened?
think they I think the caskets. Well, I think first of all the caskets were empty. I don't think they had bodies with them in them, but I think they were burning. But they were inside. So why would they wouldn't burn them inside? But yeah,
I feel it like
it
that could have easily been like if rituals and stuff are a thing in this world, that could have easily
definitely
been
seems
like,
like it.
yeah, like some part of a bigger ritual.
Yeah, but so yeah, so we have that, and then I believe we have the cafeteria, not the cafeteria scene. That's at the end. We have the night scene when they're taking a shower, or do we have the cafeteria scene next?
Maybe the cafeteria scene.
It is, yes, yeah. If we have the cafeteria scene next, that's when we get the Mimi ward drop. That's when Mimi and I think 2 or 3 other orphans are called off to the front lines, which also is morbid as fuck just to hear 1705, 1407.
Yeah.
Like that is morbid to shit just to hear numbers, not even people's names, just numbers come to the front desk to be sent off to the front lines or whatever they said. That's morbid to shit. So the thing is like it's two 16-year-olds were sent off, or maybe like a 16, 18 were called off, and Mimi, and I was like, why the fuck are they sending a 14-year-old? Which brings me to my next question. Why was Sheena's roommate sent off when again she is 14?
I don't think they care. And
Well, no, but
obviously the enemies are not kids, as we saw in the
yeah.
first clip.
Well, so that's another thing is but just like because when Mimi is sent off, everyone is surprised. Like, why are they sending a 14? Why not send another 16 or 8? Like, why are they sending a 14-year-old? We get it, obviously, we know she's the Mimi, but if
Well,
everyone's
she's
so
10.
surprised about that, well, no, but everyone like they hear the 1407, they think, oh, she's in the 14 class.
Oh, right.
But that's my thing is like we know she's yes she's 10, but we know she's the Mimi, so she makes sense why she's going. But that leads you to my thing of when Sheena's roommate was called, she was in the 14 class. So that why would they call her as her when she's not the Mimi and she's only in the 14?
Right. It
I'm
has to
not
be.
trying to allude. I'm not trying to allude to a big like reveal or big theory or anything, but I'm just I'm just like that is interesting that they would call it 14 and not like another 16 or 18.
I think it's because she's the Mimi.
No, but no, the previous roommate, the one we watched die at the start.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, because why send this other 14-year-old that isn't Mimi off to war when it seems from people's reactions that sending a 14-year-old off to the front lines is abnormal? I'm not trying to allude to anything like big theory or anything, but I'm just like that seems that seems weird that happened. Maybe maybe she's super talented. I don't know.
God, I can't wait till
What
the
do
next episode.
yeah,
Well,
gonna be good.
because then we'll actually see more. We'll probably see her fight. I don't know.
I don't know if we'll see Mimi fight. I think because continuing, we come back. Sheena's told to help move all of Mimi's stuff into her new room, which is a lot of stuff. And on top of that, we then see Mimi comes back, and she took a shower this time. She wasn't covered in blood. Doesn't traumatize Sheena further. Don't act like that's not true. And we also get to see another use of magic. We get to see these. I think it's. I don't know if it's the two girls that are roommates from Sheena's class, like the two girls that we like one of the names of, or if it's two random girls.
I think it's two random girls.
Okay. So we see two random girls kissing each other. And we learn that it's just healing magic. That's like how you heal.
Which is a very. I think this is definitely the first place I've seen kissing as a recovery magic.
Yeah. Also, but then we see. I think it. So then we have that. We get that explanation. Then we get Sheena and Mimi in their room. Sheena can't sleep still because she's still shaken up about her roommate dying, seeing Mimi covered in blood, and just the whole war. And Mimi tries to help by kissing Sheena to, I guess, heal her. Which I guess helps, but also brings me to the main point I want to talk about. How the fuck did we get a kiss in this show, episode 1, before Polar Opposites? How the fuck? That, brother,
That's a
how the
great
fuck?
question. That's a great question.
Not even a romance anime. We got a kiss in the first episode. and we're on 13 of polar opposites, and it's a romance anime. Crazy.
That's a great question.
Just saying. I'm just fucking saying. Bullshit. So that happens, and then I have one final thing.
Hmm?
Might be a hot take, but I feel like Sheena is very unprepared for this war.
I think so. That I
Like,
can, yeah.
because like I get she can't use her magic well. That's fine. She has assumedly some years to figure it out. But I do feel like just mentally and personality wise, she is not ready for the gravity of just going to war, of having to kill someone, about watching your friends die, potentially dying yourself.
Yeah.
She just seems very underprepared.
Yeah, she does not seem to. Doesn't like violence.
Yeah. So it makes me wonder if we're gonna see like her thrown into the deep end and just watch her like adjust and change to that, and she's gonna come out a completely new person, or are we gonna see? Is it gonna be a steady change? So like just more shit happens. Like more friends of hers die. She sees more people. She like has to kill someone. Like, is it gonna be a gradual change, or is it gonna be a snap thrown to the deep end, and she barely survives? Or is she not going to change at all and something else is going to happen?
It's too early to tell.
Yeah. But it is just interesting to see what they're going to do with her. Like, are they going to change her and like get her and prepare her for war in whatever way they do? Or is how she is going to change the war? I think is the best way to put it. I don't think we can. Like you said, it's too early to tell. We have to, wait and see. Also, would just like to make this known. I was curious on like how many chapters of the manga this anime has, to see like how much content does the anime have before it catches up. Right. The manga has like 30 something chapters.
Really?
Yeah, it's like chapter 34, maybe it's like 36.
And it's still ongoing?
On hiatus currently, I'm pretty sure. So the fact they're giving it an anime adaptation when it has a season's worth of anime, like a season's worth of content, an anime season worth of content to get through, and maybe like another half. That's crazy. So that tells me if this anime does well, we're not. We will, if we ever get a season 2, it will not be for a long time because they will need to get ahead again.
Yeah.
So that maybe sucks. We'll see how much we love this anime.
I don't know. I'm kind of liking it so far.
It is interesting.
It is
It's always
interesting.
kind of cool to start a new anime because then you have to like kind of figure out how that. Well, most animes you have to like kind of figure out how the world works.
Yeah. The lore.
Uh,
The best part, honestly, of any show. Or any movie. Or yeah, no, any show.
I agree with that for the most part, but there are just some like some stories, some worlds that I just don't find interesting, but I still watch it because I like the characters.
That's fair.
Like I would say like a good example is like Polar Opposites. I don't think the world of Polar Opposites is that interesting. It's just the real world, but you watch it for the characters.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that is I Want to Love You Till Your Dying Day. Also, just one more thing. That's a mouthful of a title.
It really is.
I end up just saying Till Your Dying Day
Yeah.
because
It's way
it's just
easier.
easier. It's literally half of it. So, but yeah, that was that. Interesting so far. Can't believe we didn't know there was magic. Jesus, we're bad. We're so bad at this.
I know. I can't believe we didn't watch a trailer.
At no point did either of us go, "Hey, we should watch a trailer for this just to check it out." Like neither of us thought of that. In like the month of time we had to prepare for this,
We were
because that's
just
also
hooked off
something else.
the description.
Because that's something else, chat. We decided on these animes we were gonna watch like start of June. We gave ourselves like a month of time to prepare, and we caught up on the other two animes, but did no research on this one. Good job, us. All right,
Yep.
all right. So we have one more anime, called Saga of Tanya the Evil, which, wow, I did not expect to like this anime as much as I did.
It's very good. I agree. I didn't expect to like it. I mean, I expected to like it, but I didn't expect
Yeah,
it to like it as much.
yeah. I didn't like. I expected it to be like, 'cause there's not a lot of not a lot of things in general where I'm like, oh, I don't like this. There's a lot of stuff I'm very neutral on, and I expected to at least be that with this. I didn't expect to like it as much as I do. And I gotta say, that movie really walked it for me. That movie was so good.
It was cool. Yeah, good movie.
Yeah. So, also want to point out, season 2, people have waited for this season for 7 years.
Oh yeah, that was something I wanted to point out. Was I didn't realize it had been that long. That's crazy.
Yeah. It has been, I think, 7 years since the movie came out, I'm pretty sure. Or the
Holy
special
shit.
episode. I forget which comes out later. But yeah. So it's been a long time. I'm so happy for people who've been waiting for it that it's finally come out. But yeah, season 1 was cool. The movie, I love that movie so much. Yeah, and I just love the dynamic between Tanya and Mary. I think that's such a cool rivalry. Not even rivalry, just I love the dynamic between them. How much she hates Tanya, hates her with with a holy burning passion. But let's begin with our review. We open up to first off a recap of like this of season 1 and of the movie mainly, and basically just a reminder that hey, Tanya now controls like a whole combat battalion. I think it's what it was called. But she controls a lot of soldiers now, or not controls, but she leads a lot of soldiers.
A
And
lot.
about those, yeah, like she controls an infantry division, an armored tank division, an artillery division, her old mage unit that she ran, a lot, a lot, a lot. And about those soldiers, how the fuck are they still alive?
Pure dumb luck.
I I get they're not complete idiots because yes, they know they know war theory essentially, but brother,
Yeah, they don't have the
how
experience though.
that that and also I just feel like how the fuck did they live through the war with not Paris?
Yeah.
That's also something I should mention. I don't know the in-universe names for any of the countries. I just think of them as not France, not UK, not Russia, because that is essentially what they are.
Yeah.
I'm not wrong. So
The fact that they
I'm
literally add in the United States.
yeah, the not US, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna call him that. I'm sorry if that annoys you, but I just easier for me.
Valid.
But yeah, so somehow, because like you would think that these soldiers must have fought not France, right? At some point, or not the Entente Alliance, whatever it was called, that was north of them.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of these soldiers are like fresh out of basic.
Well, I feel like I don't know because I feel like this combat regiment, I think is what it's called. I feel like they're known as like being kind of stupid. Because I got that impression that like this whole all these units are known as like not being very competent, and yet like they somehow live like just about. And so now this has been thrusted onto Tanya and been told, "Hey, make this work." Which, I mean, she's trying. She did train them a little bit, she mentions. But yeah, it opens up. All these soldiers, tanks, artillery, are all shit at their job. And eventually we do get to see Tanya fight some planes, some fighter planes. And I just got to mention, animation still great. That fight was so cool, animation wise.
Yes, the fights in
So
Tanya are insane.
yeah, the dog fighting of her like the mages fighting planes, Tanya fighting planes, and other mages is so cool. But yeah, so animation's still great. And then also want to point something out is you saw the special desert episode, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I find it interesting that they would leave the southern front, aka like the desert area, when there are still enemies down there. And like when they're still fighting down there. And when they were like one of the first groups down there.
I mean, I can only just imagine that they got older.
Well, because I feel like it might be me misremembering the movie, but I feel like at the start of the movie, they come back and like, oh hey, let's leave. We're on shore leave. We're gonna go hang out, vacation. But then they get immediately pulled to the Russian front, and yeah. But I don't know. Just I find like it's an interesting decision to be like, hey, I know we're fighting on multiple fronts right now, but let's take our best group out away from the fight that we could realistically finish off the fastest. Doesn't really matter, just something I noted. But yeah, so then uh, Tanya is pissed off that these soldiers are idiots, and she makes sure to tell them. She makes sure to berate every single one of them about how you guys are idiots, should have retreated. Why the fuck did you guys rush in? Where the fuck did our ammo go? And she's very upset about it. And then we have this whole, I guess, standoff is the best way to put it, where they're encircled by the Russian troops.
Yeah.
And you have like this thing of like she's trying to figure out she's trying to outthink them and outplan. And then eventually they realize, oh wait, it isn't like two huge like groups of like armies of soldiers. It's just remnants of what they had left. So then they wipe them out very easily.
Well, initially it was that much, but the artillery got them.
I don't think it was. I think it was just remnants.
Oh, really?
But they because it's dark out, they couldn't get an accurate read. And then when the artillery hit, they realized, oh wait, they're nothing. Oh, all right, let's just stampede them and get this over with.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, that happens. Then I don't know if it's the next scene, but at some point at this point in the episode, we go back to Russia, and we have a meeting of all the the important figures of Russia, having a meeting about this strategy to have how to deal with not Germany. And we see that one guy, first off, is a fucking creep. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I think, yeah, I do know what you're talking about.
The guy who is creepily obsessed with Tanya, who is like I think 12 or 13 at this point. So that's creepy.
It's
yeah, very creepy. He's obsessed with her. Wants, I don't know if to either capture her or kill her. I haven't figured it out yet. But he's obsessed with her. And then we get to a meeting where he's talking about how they're struggling, fighting not Germany, and like they just can't. They're just losing a lot of resources. So then he proposes they add mages to their army, which I don't know if you caught that in the movie, but they sent not Russia sent all their mages, every magic user they had, to camps.
Yep.
So, one, to instate them as like soldiers in your army after doing that is a crazy idea, considering I feel like a lot of them wouldn't want to serve their country after doing that. And second, just how do they have mages left? Because I got the impression they killed off a lot of their mage population.
What if they were different? What if they were training camps?
I think I got the impression that they didn't. They weren't.
I thought that they were the bad camps as well. But like, what
Yeah.
if that's like was intentional?
I know.
It was like a plot twist to be like, oh, they're really insanely strong mages.
I don't disagree. I feel like if they did that, they wouldn't. Because remember in the movie they asked for the essentially United Nations, for the UN soldiers to send, like the UN to send mages.
Oh yeah.
So that's like my thought is like, okay, that's why I think those camps were, the bad camps. And so I'm like, okay, how the fuck do you have mages left? Let alone ones who are willing to serve their country after what you did to them. So that will be interesting to see, just how many mages they have, how well trained they are, because it does seem like their soldiers aren't super well trained. And just how loyal these mages are going to be.
Yeah.
So that we hear that that's revealed, and then we also find out that Captain Thawne is missing, potentially captured / killed.
Yep.
That'll probably get revealed next episode. Interesting that they would do a character that we only just met.
Yeah, we didn't really have time to get to know him or get attached. Like,
Yeah. Like all these new like captains of like the infantry and the tank and artillery, we haven't really gotten to know them. So we haven't really, established like a connection with them yet. Now, if it had been like one of the mages that, have been with us since like halfway through season one, that makes sense. But yeah, that happens. I'll probably get more of that. More of that will be revealed next episode. And then also one more thing I want to touch on. Tanya's little innocent girl act is so fucking funny. Because at the end of the episode, she has come to the realization that if she is able to successfully win this war or come out of this war looking like a hero, she's fine. But if at the end of this she looks bad or she actively is a reason why they lose the war, she's fucked. Like she will most likely be given the firing squad treatment. And so
yeah,
she realizes she needs to win. How do you put it? She needs to win the trust and support of the people under her, so that way they will give good testimonies for her if the bad scenario happens.
can I point something from the manga?
Go for it. Did you read the manga?
No. But I did have like a tiny thing spoiled for, like, not like story spoiled, but like a little side funny haha thing.
Hmm.
It's that her little childish voice is actually her real voice, but she lowers her tone to sound like more intimidating for the soldiers.
That honestly makes sense considering she is like a 12-year-old girl.
Yeah, so like that high pitched like child voice, that's a normal voice. It's a real voice.
That makes sense, but it is still funny.
I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, she doesn't do it often either. So
Yeah.
when she does it, it's always funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she does. I guess she pulls out her real voice to try and win over these bumbling captains, and it seems to work for the most part.
Yep.
But also her commanding mage officers are very confused about why the fuck she's doing that. Because she doesn't do it often, of course, especially to them. And that brings me to one more thing. And it's a question, right? Do we think her doing this, innocent act with these captains, do we think that's going to affect how they operate, like how they command, how effective they are? Because so basically, right? She's doing this to like win their support and their trust, and yeah, right. Like, she's trying to win them over. But I feel like even with doing that, they're still not going to be that effective as commanders. And I feel like one of the reasons why her mage team is so effective and why it's like renowned as like one of the reasons why they beat not France is because she was hard on them. She was like cruel and vicious to them. So I wonder if her being, I guess, taking it easy on them is a good way to put it. Like being nice and not being this cruel, hard trainer to them is going to affect if it's going to affect how well they command. Like if they're not going to become better. So I guess basically my question is, are these commanders going to get better? And if they are, is it going to be because she was nice, or or are they not going to get better and she's going to have to be Tanya?
Probably have to be.
So okay, so do you think that we're gonna see them struggle more, probably fuck up more, maybe cause her to like actually like have to pull like a full retreat or something, and that's when she's like, okay, I can't, fuck it, I don't care if this screws me over later. I need to lay into them. I need to make them realize.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, because I do feel like I see I see like her plan, her reasoning for like doing what she's doing to them right now, like playing the innocent act. I get it. I see the plan, but I feel like it's gonna shoot her in the ass later.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, that's also true. She might just get frustrated because they're so
Yeah.
incompetent.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think it'll be like a case of they try, but it just doesn't work, and then she just gets pissed off and is like, "Man, fuck this. We're gonna win this war if that's what it takes."
Yeah.
Like there is no other options now. Like we have to win the war.
Yeah.
I
Ooh.
was also thinking like a few times. What if? Do you think eventually there will be a point where Tanya challenges being X?
I think I could see it, but also I just don't see a way she wins.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, I feel like there would definitely be a time like she challenges God,
I
but
could see
God
her
literally
do
gave her the powers.
I could see her doing that if she's backed into a corner. Like I could see like think like okay, firing squad, she's about to die or Mary's about to kill her, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could see her just stare up into the sky and just go, "You fucking son of a bitch," and just really lay into him,
Yeah,
and just be
I can see
like,
it.
You have to send this little, you have to send this bitch Mary Sue to come kill me, and you can't do it yourself or whatever."
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, I think if that happens, it'll be like she is about to die.
Do we think at the end of the series Tanya will die?
I could see it. I I could see because remember being is very adamant that you are gonna have to fight the whole world if you don't if you don't you know if you don't respect me, I will just make it so you fight the entire world.
Yeah,
And because remember, and Tanya's ready for that. She is prepared.
true.
Well, she is willing to go to war with the entire world
Yeah,
to spite him, despite being X.
true, 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 true.
So yeah, I definitely see a potential ending of this is just like not Germany just falls and then she's just giving like the firing squad because he's too dangerous, or maybe just sent to prison. I could also see that, but I just don't see not Germany winning.
Yeah, not where things are at right now.
Yeah, they are quite literally surrounded.
It is not looking good at all.
They are, I think, fighting in like three fronts. They are fighting like the southern, eastern, and not really fighting not UK currently, but they are kind of fighting. But
And their enemies are getting support from overseas.
yeah, the not US is sending support to them. Well, sending support to like the UK and I imagine what's left of not France. But that is everything I have for Tanya. Any last questions or notes you have?
I don't think you.
All right, then. We now move on to our final section of the day, gaming news. And oh boy, it's depressing. It's depressing.
Oh god.
Let's begin. So, PlayStation. You know about PlayStation and their ending physical media thing.
Oh my god, that is the stupidest thing.
I believe we talked about that last episode, but yeah, they announced ending disc in January 2028. And they've announced, well, not announced, but they talked about recently how a problem the PlayStation's had for years at this point is PlayStation is always, not always, but has in more recent years like ported their games, like their big games, to Steam. Last of Us, God of War, Spider-Man, yeah, all those. But a problem they faced is that some PlayStation players left PlayStation to PC because they knew, oh, these PlayStation exclusives will come to Steam eventually. I'll just play it on PC where I'm more comfortable. And something else they've noticed is that most gamers don't play on a living room TV anymore. They play on their monitor. So, to combat them not making discs anymore, and them also not porting their games to Steam anymore, they're going to start a new strategy for this next generation, and also for now. First, for now, they're planning to prioritize the selling of Sony peripherals, like Sony speakers and monitors, to, and I quote this, break away from the fixed perception that PlayStation equals the living room.
Oh my.
Basically, to convince people to, hey, buy a PlayStation even if you play at a computer. Which is certainly an idea. I don't know if I doubt that's gonna work, but okay, sure. And then they also have announced that alongside the PS6, so next generation, they are going to release a handheld PlayStation. Think like a Steam Deck, but for PlayStation.
Like the PS Vita?
It's not, well, maybe they call it that, but it is going. But think like a Steam Deck for PlayStation. It's not going to be able to be docked. It is going to be completely handheld that you can take wherever and can play all PlayStation games. And that is their plan for the next generation, to further convince people that losing physical media is fine, and also convince people that them not porting stuff to Steam is fine. So yeah, we don't know much about the handheld PlayStation thing. They haven't really talked about it much. We just know it's going to be able to run PlayStation games on it wherever you are. So we'll see if it's good or not. And yeah, still talking about PlayStation and next generation coming out next year, which is going to be painful. Yeah. Because prices in general next year, when they announce stuff, is going to be bad.
Although the price of Black Ops 2, bad.
Do you know what it is?
$40, right?
We'll get to that. So one more thing about PlayStation is, so we talked about last episode that they are canceling physical media. Well, the backlash to that is still being felt, I should say. Which I don't think anyone expected to happen, especially over a week after it was announced. I think not even PlayStation expected the amount of backlash they were going to receive. X blew up of people pissed at them. Hell, Fox News talked about it.
Yeah,
It talked about
bad.
it hit a lot. A lot more people talked about it than they expected. But basically, I bring this up to ask you, with them canceling physical media for the next generation, like there will not be a disc drive on the PS6. How do we think this is going to affect the next generation, just sales wise, gaming wise in general, and also with now the PlayStation Store being a monopoly technically?
I'm hoping that if they receive enough backlash that they'll change their minds.
I doubt it, because it has already been confirmed that in the factories where they make physical discs, they are already starting to remove that equipment and put equipment not related to physical disc media.
Seriously?
Yes.
I don't like that.
Yeah. That has been confirmed that some of their factories have already not fully transitioned, but they've already removed some machines inside those factories that were connected to the creation of discs, and replaced with stuff that is not related to it. So yeah. Next generation, they've already announced not gonna have a disc drive on the, well, it's pretty expected at this point that the PS6 will just not have a disc drive. Period. Just none on there. Which is crazy. And this mostly I want to talk about this because when PlayStation, so for years now, the UK is big on like monopolies and just like not making sure no one has a monopoly.
Mhm.
A big argument against digital media, specifically like digital games and only selling digital games, is that it becomes you can only buy this product in one place, the PlayStation Store. So when they do finally fully switch to digital media, even though you can technically buy the game in stores, it is a code that you have to then use on the PlayStation Store to get the game, which effectively is still a monopoly. So my question is, how are they going to combat this? Because do you know once 2028 comes around and all production of physical media on PlayStation is gone, someone's going to bring up a lawsuit with them about how the PlayStation Store is a monopoly and that you can only buy some games on the PlayStation Store effectively. So they're gonna. I don't know how they get around that. With besides you can't technically buy it in a store, but the thing is you're just buying codes. I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna fight against that. I truly wonder if they have a plan against it at all.
Yeah.
Because that's been a problem for both PlayStation and Xbox in the UK about this whole monopoly thing. So I truly wonder how they're going to combat that, because yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Sucks that physical media is going away. I wish it wasn't, but it is the time we live in. Continuing on to that, more bad news. Xbox has laid off 1,600 employees as of July 6th.
How many?
1,600.
My God.
This includes multiple gaming studios and just also multiple people from other departments, like advertising and so on and so forth. It has been brutal. It is a massive layoff, but we were forewarned that this was going to happen. And this is also does not include the studios that were bought out from Xbox and continue to operate now solo.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a lot. That number also might be outdated. It might be more now, because feel like I've heard rumors that it's in the 3,000s.
Oh my.
Yeah. But that is what happens when Xbox has been running at I think I saw it was like a 3 times to 10 times deficit.
Like they had 10
Like
times as many people as they were making money.
Like for every dollar they make, they were losing X amount.
Wow.
For most part, that's kind of right. But yeah, yeah. So a lot of layoffs, which is where Asha Sharma, the CEO of Xbox, has announced that they will be prioritizing the games and studios they still have and really pushing them to produce something of worthwhile. Specifically like Bethesda, who makes Skyrim and Fallout. And specifically are making the next Skyrim game, which was announced 8 years ago.
Oh my god. 8
First
years
trailer
ago?
for that game came out in 2018.
Good gods.
Yeah, they're still waiting. So Xbox is really going to prioritize the studios to start working on something, focus on their big name IPs and franchises, which leads me into my next thing. A new Fallout game has been confirmed to be in production from Obsidian, the game studio behind Fallout New Vegas.
Mm.
And the New Vegas, this game will be directed by I think his name is Jason Sawyer, who was the person who directed New Vegas. So it's kind of expected that they'll be making a remake or like a remaster of New Vegas, maybe a sequel. But they have been told to halt all production on any other games they're making, which includes a sequel to one of last year's most popular games, Avowed.
I don't think I've.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, this is just further proof that Xbox is holding to what they said. Because basically what Xbox has done for the past like decade and a bit is let studios do whatever the fuck they wanted to do, make whatever games they wanted to focus on. Not anymore. If Xbox tells you, "Hey, make this game," you have to. You have to drop whatever you're doing and focus on it. And that is what we're seeing with Obsidian. Is another new Vegas game, whether it be a sequel or remaster or remake. But yeah, that is the Xbox. Well, that's essentially what the Xbox news is. In more game specific news, we have Doom: The Dark Ages, which came out last year, was highly beloved. Its DLC came out a couple days ago, a day after its studio got laid off.
A day after. That's
Yeah.
tragic.
Yeah. Good news. The DLC is great. It's gotten some great reviews. People love it. People love the new combat, love the story. It's gotten some very great reviews. Just really bittersweet. The team who made it don't have jobs anymore. Yeah.
God,
Fuck.
that's crazy.
Yeah. 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 Like I said, a lot of this news is not great. Following that, some positive news. GTA 6. Karen, how much money do you think GTA 6 has made in pre-orders alone?
At least $1 million. At least.
Higher. Way fucking higher.
Higher?
Way, way higher.
$1 billion.
Higher.
More than $1 billion in pre-orders?
They have, this is confirmed, have made $3 billion on pre-orders alone.
What?
Yes.
What?
You have been able to pre-order this game for, I think, about 2 weeks now.
What the fuck?
Kieran, they spent, I believe it was, 2-something billion making GTA 6. They are already positive.
In pre-orders
Yes.
that have barely been out.
Yes.
Oh my god. That
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, good on them, but holy.
So, you know this thing of like how Sony's not, PlayStation not making physical games anymore?
Yeah.
This doesn't help when people are pre-ordering a game that does not have a physical edition.
Wait, what?
Oh, do you not know that?
Wait, no, what'd you say?
GTA 6 won't have a physical edition.
Right. What about that with the pre-orders?
So basically, because you know how like PlayStation's cutting off no more physical games, right? It's not a good look when GTA 6 has made $3 billion on pre-orders alone when
Oh,
they're
yeah.
not gonna make physical, when there's no physical edition of the game. It does not help gamers' case when they say bring physical games back, when a game that has no physical edition has made more money than it used to make it. Rockstar and Take-Two are made a profit off GTA 6 already. The game's not out yet.
Imagine they just never release the game and walk away with
Well,
3
I mean,
billion.
if they do that, then people will cancel the pre-order and get their money back.
Oh. Well, then they can still release like a shitty game and then just walk
Well, yeah.
away with $5 billion once it's out.
Well, people can still refund the game. But I get what you mean.
That's so creepy.
But yeah, I knew it made a lot of money. I didn't expect it to make $3 billion.
Yeah.
With a B.
Yeah, was not expecting that.
Especially considering, because GTA 6 cost $2 billion something to make. So the fact that they've made a profit already is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just crazy news. All right, now let's talk about Black Ops 1 and 2. You mentioned earlier that yes, game price. Black Ops 1 is $40. The DLC, which is the season pass for all Black Ops 1 DLC that was released when the game came out, is $30. So if you want everything, it is the same as a full price game.
70?
Yes. But and no, the same prices are the same for Black Ops 2.
$40, but then 30 if you want
For
everything.
for the DLC. For all
That's
DLC that was released for the game.
how they get you.
But currently, PlayStation has a deal going for anyone who is a PlayStation subscriber until August 6th. The games are 50% off, and the DLCs are 67% off. So,
sorry.
yeah. I was waiting for it. So,
I do.
It makes sense because yes, you need the PlayStation subscription to play online, which is what you're probably getting the game for anyway.
Mhm.
So that makes sense. But the fact that it's a limited time thing, I don't like, because it does mean after August 6th, if you buy this game, you are going to be spending $40 minimum for, I'm pretty sure, a 2-decade-old game, or almost 2 decades old. Which in 2026 is sadly not as crazy as it should be.
is that good of a?
Brother, Black Ops came out in 2012. It is 14 years old. It
Is
should
that
not
good?
cost. It should not cost $40 at full price.
But didn't they like revamp it?
No, well, they remastered it, yeah. And yes, they're hosting servers that have current anti-cheat, so there's not going to be hackers. Yes, but still, it is a 14-year-old game. It should not cost $40
There.
at full price, and $30 for the DLC.
That's wacky.
So, I mean, if you want to, if you buy it now, the prices are a little more understandable with $40 for both, and like 20-ish bucks for both DLCs, so 60 in total for 2 games and all their DLCs. That's fair. That's a lot of stuff. But at full price, I just don't think. I think those prices are egregious.
That is fair.
Yeah. All right. So I probably won't get them. I think you talked about getting Black Ops.
Yeah, I think because I get paid tomorrow, so I think I might get Black Ops. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, also you could have fun with the emblem creator. They went through with that.
Yes, that'll be so fun. I mean, I'm gonna have to look up some, but that'll still be fun.
Don't scar the new next generation, okay? They're not ready for that. We're plugging emblem creator in 2026 is crazy. But so yeah, one final thing. Another game release came out today, actually. Well, technically yesterday as of recording. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resync came out officially yesterday, the 12th, July 9th. And okay, there's some stuff to get through. Looking at the game itself, it's great. It's Black Flag, but just by today's standards. Like the graphics are beautiful. They look great. There's also no loading screens. Like you played Black Flag, right?
I think so. Or yeah, actually, I definitely did.
Do you remember when you would like get to a town or city and you'd have like that loading screen when you get to a city, and when you left, you had another loading screen when you left? Now there are no loading screens. It is completely seamless from getting off your ship to go into a town to do a quest or buy supplies, whatever, and then hop back on your ship and sail back out into the ocean. There is no loading screens at any point in that process.
Okay.
It is completely seamless, which is crazy when you think about it. They've also updated the combat system. Like, not even just like a slight change. They basically overhauled it. It is not what it used to be. Because basically what it used to be is like a kind of rock, paper, scissors kind of style. Where if it's like, hey, if you're fighting this enemy, you need to use this kind of attack or this kind of weapon. And if you use that attack on this enemy, it won't work. In this, it is much more of a blocking, parrying, attacking. There's like a stamina bar for enemies, how much they can block, health bars. It's been overhauled a lot, and I would say it's in a good direction. But one caveat of it is that it's the kind of combat system, if you understand this, where the combat's only going to be as good depending on how much you put into it. Like if you just spam X, you're not going to have fun with the combat. But if you try and do combos and chain attacks together, you're going to have fun. That makes sense?
Yeah, I think so.
basically the game rewards you for getting creative with how you fight and not just spam X until you win. They've also added, this is new, they've added 6 hours of new story content to the game. Like fully new quests with new characters, voice acting, mocap, everything. But problem is that the people who worked on Black Flag back in 2013 and the people who are working on these new story missions are not the same people. So the writing for a lot of the quests feels very out of place. It doesn't quite fit.
You see.
And the voice acting and the mocap, while not bad, is just different. It just doesn't feel like Black Flag 2013. It feels like Black Flag 2026. Like there's nothing inherently wrong with it, but it just feels out of place.
See. Interesting. So probably.
Well, there's more. I'm not done yet. So also for these quests, they were able to get the main writer for Black Flag, who wrote the head writer for the game back then. They got him back to write some of these quests, and for the quest that he wrote, you can tell, oh, this feels like Black Flag, but for all the others, it's just like that doesn't feel right. This feels like a separate game almost. But yeah, so there's new content. It's very kind of shaky. Not a lot of people like it. Now the price is $60 for the basic edition. There's the deluxe edition that is $70, which again is crazy considering it is a 13-year-old game. And the deluxe has one thing that's added to it, and is a new, in quotes, cosmetic, because these cosmetic gear actually does affect gameplay. And this cosmetic stuff is for you and your ship. Which brings me to my final point of the game. And this is the most contentious part of it. There are 9 DLC packs for the game.
9?
Yes. Kieran, how much do you think all 9 of these DLC packs are worth?
Like total?
And note, 2 of the one no, let me double check. I believe it's double check something. I wanted to just double check the deluxe edition. Okay, yeah, separate. Okay, so note that 2 of these DLC packs are in the deluxe edition, and the deluxe edition is $10 more. So, with that in mind, how much are 9 DLC packs? These 9 DLC packs. Further note, 8 of them are cosmetic. 1 is a map for collectibles. Think about it. Okay, overshot it a little bit.
I'm
It
rounding.
It is $85. It is $10 for all the in quotes cosmetic gear, which I can't confirm, all have effects on like the game. and then the collectibles map is $5.
Pay to win in
Now,
Assassin's Creed. Mind blowing.
well, so okay, it's so yes, the cosmetics, except the cosmetics they do affect you in your ship, like they change, like they give you a buffs essentially. Now, this brings me to a discussion I wanted to have. Do you think those matter when it's a single player game?
No.
I agree. See, a lot of people are very upset with this because it's Ubisoft, or there's 9 of them, well, 8 of them, and they're $10 each. Like it is egregious, but it is Ubisoft at the same time. But also, it's a single player game. You don't have to buy these. And also, even if someone else buys them, it doesn't affect you. Like it's not like you're going to see this in your game because someone else bought it. As long as you yourself don't buy it, you can pretend they do not exist. So when I see all these people very upset with, with this, and that's fair enough. It's stupid that there's 8 DLCs that are cosmetics on day of release. But at the same time, it doesn't affect the game. Well, it doesn't affect your experience of the game as long as you don't buy them. So that's my take. I just feel like people are blowing this out of proportion. It's not that bad. Like, yes, it's stupid, but also just don't buy them, and it doesn't affect you. That's my take. What are your thoughts on them doing this? And people's general reaction?
I don't even. I don't know. I don't really feel one way or
That's fair.
like. I don't. When I think about all this stuff, my brain gets like all dystopian, cyberpunk. Corporate is taking over the world.
That's understandable, but also I just don't think it's that big of a deal. Like, okay, yeah, putting out 8 cosmetic sets on day of release is crazy. But also,
it's like such an obvious money.
it is,
It's
but
like,
also
where does it stop is the problem. Like,
I understand.
this year is going on with the digital thing and prices. Where does it?
That's fair, but also I feel like the fact that they've done this shouldn't be a surprise. It's Ubisoft, first off, but also as long as you just don't interact with it, it doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect your experience of the game. As long as you ignore it and don't spend your money on it, it doesn't affect how you enjoy or dislike the game. It doesn't affect anything of the game as long as you don't spend your money on it. And if you do want to spend your money on it, then fair enough, it's your money. Do what you want with it.
Was I?
If it were a multiplayer game, my opinion would change, but the fact that Black Flag is especially Resynced, isn't a completely offline game, like not offline, but it's a completely single player game. I just feel like as long as if you're not gonna interact with it, it shouldn't matter. it shouldn't affect your opinion of the game itself. That's just my take, but yeah, lots of people are not don't like it. Fairly enough, it's just Ubisoft being Ubisoft. But yeah, I still think the game looks great. If you just ignore that, the game looks great. Graphically, the game looks beautiful. Like, you should look up gameplay, Karen. Just look at this. Not now, because I don't want us to get copyrighted, but you should look at gameplay.
I will, yeah.
Because it genuinely does look great.
It'll pop up on.
I can't remember who said this, but someone I remember what this thing they said. I'm gonna quote them, even though I don't remember their name. But basically, this Assassin's Creed feels like what. So like, when you think back to a game you played as a kid, and you're like, God, that game was perfect. It's so amazing. But then you go back and play, and it's like, God, this is dog shit.
Yes.
Like, oh, this game is fun, but God, it controls horribly. It looks garbage. You know that feeling, right?
Yeah.
With this game of Black Flag, it feels like that. Where it's like, if you go back to the original Black Flag, graphics aren't the greatest. It can feel a little clunky. Like, it's definitely a product of its time. But when you look at this one, it's like, wow, the game looks amazing. It really does just capture just Black Flag, original Black Flag, and just the feeling of it. So, yes, there are some things that aren't great about it, but I feel like a lot of those things you can just ignore. And the game, and as long as if you do that, then you are going to adore this game. That's just my take, though. This is my opinion of the game. I mean, from what I've seen, I haven't played it because $60 is a lot. But yeah, that is all the gaming stuff that's come out this week. All releases and just news in general. It's been an up and down week, to say the least. Was there any news you had? Any gaming stuff, or just things you wanted to talk about on the podcast?
I don't think so. I think the biggest gaming thing was Black Ops release.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I really have anything.
All right, fair enough. I think we're good to go.
And that's a wrap for this week's episode of Level Up Labs. Next week, we'll go over some of the most popular anime and cover the latest gaming news. Thanks for listening, thanks for being here, and thanks for pretending we know what we're talking about. I'm Kieran, and he's Jack, and we'll catch you in the next one.